Hey guys, Double here, back in with another review, and today we're having a look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Super Shredder, Super Ninjas, Super shit, Leonardo. Okay, first of all, he comes with a bow, an arrow, which is a solid black piece of plastic and sucks, because last I checked, Leo did not use those, but oh well. It's got a katana sword. On the back of the box, this is silver, so false advertisement's always good, and zero paint's always even better. And then he has a quiver with arrows. But the only problem is, only problem with that is, why does the guy who primarily uses this only have one of these? I would have preferred so much if he had two of these as opposed to that bow and arrow garbage, because that stuff is just crap. I'm sorry. I really like the look of this dude a lot, but the accessories are junk. They're not worth a damn. I don't get why that and their freaking rubber Zano. I don't get why Playmates is a really good company, really nice folks, really cool at revealing stuff at the cons and stuff, but man, their weapons just, ugh. The 2003 stuff was a lot different because A, it was 10 years ago, and B, well, over 10 years ago, wasn't it? Yeah, it was like 15 years ago. That stuff was great. They were solid weapons, solid paint, solid, sculpts and such. These, they just feel like they're cutting corners with these. Not so much in terms of articulation, but like everything else, such as paint and plastic quality. Because this thing, well, this one's not so bad. I mean, he's got rubber shoulder pads, but that's so his arms can move up and forward and back and all that fun stuff. The heads on all these are on ball joints, and you can pop them off. Just the big old ball joint right there. And to my understanding, these are pretty much just the first wave figures with a bunch of added stuff on them. My only real gripe's the articulation, no wrist swivel. On this guy, that kind of makes sense, but you got that split there. You could have maybe put that down lower and had the cut. And then this side, there's like, again, they could have fit a cut in there, because they're freaking Ninja Turtles. All of them have wrist swivels. But that's a minor gripe, I suppose, because that would break the sculpt up. But again, they could do something. Even a swivel at the gauntlet here. I mean, that would be a nice place for a cut. And then the same thing over here. They could have maybe wedged that in right there. Or like I said, cut the pad and just give it a... They needed a wrist swivel. That's all there is to it. Whether these needed to be separate or what, these needed wrist swivels. And this guy needed frickin' two of these, even if it is not that great. It's just bad. Like, I like the look of this. I mean, it's a Mad Max Ninja Turtle. That's like super cool and stuff, but it's very frustrating to pose these. Luckily, you can get them in a two-handed sword pose. It's probably how I'll display them. If I display them. Don't sell it or do whatnot. But I guess back to the articulation. The head's on a ball joint. You already knew that. Shoulders on hinge and swiveled. These are not ball joints, people. That's a universal joint. It's just like on these guys here. They do the same thing. That's not a ball. That's a ball. This is not. That's a ball. This is not. Okay? Wanted to point that out before we proceeded. He's got the same type of joint on his elbow, which is nice, but again, I would have preferred, honestly, if the hinge was the other way. Because all they do is this. It's like they're asking for money. That's really freaking stupid. I don't know what this trend is. The Dinobots from Age of Extinction had it, but you know, they're Transformers. They gotta work with what they have. These don't do anything other than hinge and swivel. They could have put that hinge the other way, so it would have made some freaking sense, but nope. His hips are on Y joints, which I wish those would just die and fall off the face of the planet. Because those are the worst joints of all time. Next to the V-cut swivel. And then he's got a hinge and a swivel at the knee, nothing at the feet. So what the hell's the point of having leg articulation? I don't know. This may just seem like a bash fest, but man, there are so many technical problems with this. I mean, it's under $10. That I gotta give it credit for that. I think you do get your money's worth, but I would pay $10 to $12 to get the added stuff that's kind of necessary for a figure like this. I mean, it's a freaking ninja. Should be able to do all kinds of things. And last time I checked, ninjas did do a lot of this, unless it was uppercuts. So get rid of that. Make it up and down. That'll probably fix all the problems with this figure. That alone would fix a lot of things, but I'm just one feeble-minded man. Next one we'll look at is Raph here. He's a little better. So, Leo here I'm going to give an 8 out of 10 too. I really like him. In terms of his sculpt, his paint, not so much. Well, maybe not even the paint, but the plastic used on the weapons and the shoulder pads, I think, could have been a little better. The bandanas I can see, because you want to be able to pose a head, but come on now. And the weapons, it's like, this is... Some kid is just going to snap that thing like a freaking twig. Well, that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Stay tuned for shenanigans, whatever. I'm losing my train of thought. Alright. Catch you guys later. I say 8 out of 10. Whatever. Catch you guys later.